Hello high-level economics students and welcome to our final video in this series on the theory of the firm. Have you ever wondered why a movie ticket costs more for an adult than for a student, or why an airline ticket is more expensive if you book it last minute? The answer is price discrimination. Today, we will define this practice, outline the conditions necessary for it to work, and analyze its effects on the firm and its consumers. Price discrimination is the practice of charging different prices to different consumers for the exact same product, where the price difference is not justified by difference in cost. A firm isn't price discriminating if it charges more for a large coffee than a small one, that is a different product. It's only price discrimination if the same small coffee is sold for $2 to one person and $3 to another. The goal for the firm is simple: to capture more of the consumer surplus and turn it into producer surplus, thereby increasing its profits. A firm cannot just decide to price discriminate. Three conditions must be met for it to be possible. The firm must have some price-making power. A firm in perfect competition cannot price discriminate because it is a price taker. This practice is for monopolies, oligopolies, and monopolistically competitive firms. The firm must be able to separate consumers into different groups. It needs a way to distinguish between groups with different willingness to pay or different price elasticities of demand. For example, separating students from adults or business travelers from leisure travelers. The firms must be able to prevent resale, arbitrage. It must be impossible or impractical for a consumer who buys the product at a low price to resell it to another consumer at a higher price. You cannot resell a haircut, and it is difficult to resell a plane ticket with your name on it. Economists categorize price discrimination into three types or degrees. First degree, perfect price discrimination. This is the most extreme and theoretical form. The firm charges each consumer the absolute maximum price they are willing to pay. This captures all consumer surplus. It is rare in practice. Second degree price discrimination. The firm charges different prices based on the quantity consumed. Think of buy one, get one 50% off deals, or lower per unit price for buying in bulk at Costco. Third degree price discrimination. This is the most common type. The firm divides its consumers into distinct groups and charges a different price to each group. This is the focus of our analysis. Let's analyze a firm selling its product in two separate markets, Market A and Market B. Market A has consumers with inelastic demand. Think of business travelers who need to fly no matter the cost. Their demand curve is steep. Market B has consumers with elastic demand. Think of leisure travelers who are very sensitive to price. The demand curve is flat. To maximize profit, the firm produces its total output where its overall MC equals its overall MR. It then allocates that output between the two markets. The result, the firm charges a high price, PA, in the inelastic market, Market A, and a lower price, PB, in the elastic market, Market B. This is the key to maximizing revenue and profit. Let's see some real-world examples. Airline tickets. Business travelers in elastic demand pay significantly more than leisure travelers who book in advance, elastic demand. Same flight, different prices. Movie theaters. Students and seniors receive discounts because they have more elastic demand. They are more likely to skip the movie if prices are too high. Adults pay full price. Utility companies. Electricity pricing often varies by time of a day. Peak hours, evening, when demand is inelastic, cost more than off-peak hours, night, when demand is elastic. Is this practice good or bad? For the firm, it is almost always good. It allows the firm to increase its total revenue and profits compared to charging a single price. For consumers, it is a mixed bag. Some consumers, those in the inelastic group, are worse off because they pay a higher price. However, other consumers, those in the elastic group, can be better off because they get to buy the product at a lower price they can afford. In some cases, Price discrimination might allow a good to be provided that would otherwise not be profitable at a single price. For society, it can lead to a higher output than a single price monopolist, which can reduce the deadweight loss and improve allocated efficiency. However, it also leads to a loss of equity as some groups are charged much more than others. Let's see some exam questions and how to answer. Explain price discrimination. Define it clearly. State the three conditions. Give a real-world example. Explain the elasticity rule. Draw and explain the diagram. Draw two side-by-side demand curves. Label one steep inelastic, one flat elastic. Show PA larger than PB. Explain why firms charge different prices. Evaluate price discrimination. Discuss impact on firms, positive. Analyze effects on different consumer groups. Consider efficiency. Deduce DWL. Address equity concerns. Provide a balanced conclusion. A pro tip. Always link your analysis back to elasticity. The relationship between PD and pricing is the foundation of understanding third-degree price discrimination. Let's summarize this price strategy. Price discrimination is charging different prices for the same product to different groups. Three conditions are necessary: market power, separation of groups, and prevention of resale. Third degree is the most common, where firms charge a higher price to the group with more inelastic demand. It is good for the firm's profits, but has mixed effects on consumers. It can increase output, but may reduce equity. This concludes our entire unit on the theory of the firm. Thank you for joining me for this deep dive into the theory of the firm. In our next video series, we will move on to the big picture with microeconomics, starting with a circular flow of income. If you found this high-level series helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you.